the decision that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. What if I told you that almost everyone wants greatness, but very few are willing to pay for it? Everyone dreams of success. Everyone wants respect. Everyone wants the trophy. Everyone wants the recognition. But almost nobody wants the sacrifice that comes before the applause. The world celebrates champions. It rarely celebrates the years they spent struggling in silence. It admires the millionaire. It ignores the countless nights when that person slept less than 4 hours because they refuse to give up. It cheers for the athlete standing on the podium. It never sees the thousands of mornings when that athlete woke up before sunrise while everyone else was still asleep. That's the truth about greatness. The reward is visible. The price is invisible. And that's exactly why so many people misunderstand success. They think greatness happens overnight. They think successful people were simply lucky. They think talent alone is enough. But talent has never built a champion. Discipline has. Consistency has. Sacrifice has. The willingness to keep going when nobody believes in you. That's what creates greatness. Every successful person made a decision long before anyone noticed them. A decision to keep showing up. A decision to keep learning. A decision to keep failing without allowing failure to become their identity. Because greatness begins with a choice. Not a choice made once. A choice made every single day. The choice to stay focused. The choice to reject excuses. The choice to continue even when motivation disappears. Here's something many people never understand. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Anyone can feel inspired after watching a motivational video. Anyone can feel unstoppable after hearing an inspiring speech. But what happens tomorrow morning? What happens when you're tired? What happens when life punches you in the face? What happens when nobody claps for your effort? That is where greatness begins. Because greatness isn't measured by what you do when everything feels easy. It's measured by what you do when everything feels impossible. Imagine climbing a mountain. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes. The colder the wind becomes. The fewer people remain beside you. That's exactly how success works. As your standards rise, your circle becomes smaller. Your challenges become greater. Your responsibilities become heavier. Not everyone can handle that. Many people quit because they expected success to become easier. But greatness never becomes easier. You simply become stronger. Every obstacle is building something inside you. Every rejection is teaching you something. Every failure is preparing you for responsibilities you cannot yet see. Nothing is wasted. Nothing. Every difficult season has a purpose. Every setback carries a lesson. Every delay develops patience. Every disappointment strengthens character. Most people are trying to escape pressure. But diamonds only exist because of pressure. Without pressure, there is no transformation. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without struggle, there is no greatness. So stop asking why life is difficult. Start asking, what is this difficulty trying to teach me? That single question can change your life forever. Because victims ask, why me? Leaders ask, what now? Champions don't waste time complaining about circumstances. They build solutions. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They start with whatever they have. Some people have millions of dollars. Others begin with nothing but determination. History has repeatedly shown that determination defeats comfort. Every great story begins with uncertainty. Nobody knows your name. Nobody believes in your dream. Nobody understands your vision. That's normal, because before the world believes in you, you must believe in yourself. That belief becomes your fuel, your foundation, your advantage. When everyone else doubts you, your belief keeps you moving. When your results are invisible, your belief keeps you working. When failure arrives, your belief reminds you why you started. The price of greatness begins here, with a decision. A decision to become someone your future self will be proud of. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Because greatness doesn't wait for perfect timing. It begins the moment you decide that average is no longer enough. Every person admires greatness. But very few people understand what greatness demands. They see the destination. They never witness the journey. They celebrate the victory. They overlook the sacrifice. They admire the confidence. They never see the countless moments of fear that had to be conquered. That's why so many people chase success, only to give up when they discover the price attached to it. Because greatness has a cost, and life never gives discounts. If you truly want to become extraordinary, there are things you must be willing to lose: comfort, convenience, excuses, procrastination, sometimes even relationships. That may sound harsh, but the truth has never been comfortable. Success demands exchange. You don't get greatness by wishing for it. You earn it by becoming someone capable of carrying it. Imagine someone handing you the keys to a billion-dollar company today. Would you know how to manage it? Would you know how to lead thousands of employees? Would you know how to make decisions that affect millions of lives? Probably not. Not because you're incapable, but because your current level hasn't prepared you for that responsibility yet. That's why growth always comes before reward. Life prepares you before it promotes you. Every difficult season is training. Every disappointment is preparation. Every delay is developing something inside you that success will eventually require. Never mistake preparation for punishment. Some of the greatest opportunities arrive disguised as obstacles. Some of your biggest breakthroughs begin as your greatest frustrations. You just can't see it yet, because while you're asking, when will my life change? Life is asking, when will you change? That question changes everything. Most people spend years trying to change their circumstances. Very few spend time changing themselves. But circumstances follow character. Results follow habits. Success follows preparation. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. Potential means nothing if it remains unused. Think about a seed. Inside that tiny seed is a potential to become a massive tree. But if that seed stays inside a packet forever, nothing happens. Its potential dies. The same is true for your dreams. Ideas don't change lives. Action does. Dreams don't build success. Daily discipline does. You have to plant yourself where growth is possible. You have to accept discomfort, because comfort is one of the greatest enemies of greatness. Comfort whispers, "You've done enough." Comfort says, "Sleep a little longer. Start next week. Take today off. You deserve a break." Day after day, comfort slowly steals your future, not in dramatic ways, in small decisions. One excuse today, another tomorrow, another next week, until years pass, and you're standing in exactly the same place, wondering what happened. The biggest regrets in life usually don't come from failure. They come from never trying, from wondering, what if I had started? What if I had believed in myself? What if I hadn't quit? Don't let those questions become your future. The greatest prison isn't made of steel. It's made of fear. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of criticism. Fear of looking foolish. Fear convinces talented people to stay invisible. Fear tells gifted people to remain average. Fear whispers, "What if you fail?" But here's the better question. What if you succeed? What if your biggest opportunity is waiting on the other side of the fear you're avoiding? Every breakthrough requires courage, not the absence of fear, the decision to move despite fear. Courage says, "I'm afraid, but I'm going anyway." That's the mindset that changes lives. You don't become fearless. You become stronger than your fear. Every successful person you've ever admired experienced doubt. Every entrepreneur questioned themselves. Every athlete felt exhausted. Every leader felt overwhelmed. Every creator faced criticism. The difference wasn't confidence. The difference was commitment. They decided that quitting was an option. They understood something many people never learn. Feelings change. Purpose doesn't. There will be mornings when you don't feel motivated. There will be evenings when you're tempted to give up. There will be seasons where it feels like your effort is producing nothing. Keep going. The farmer doesn't dig up the seed every morning to check whether it's growing. He waters it. He protects it. He trusts the process. Growth often happens where your eyes cannot see. Your discipline is producing results long before they become visible. Every page you read, every workout you finish, every skill you practice, every hour you invest, is building a future version of yourself, brick by brick, day by day. You don't notice the difference immediately, but one day, people call you an overnight success. They don't realize they've only noticed the final chapter. They miss the years of preparation, the sacrifices, the failures, the lonely nights, the moments you almost quit, the tears nobody saw, the prayers nobody heard, the battles nobody knew you were fighting. Real greatness is often built in silence. There are seasons where nobody applauds you, nobody encourages you, nobody understands your vision. That's where many dreams die. People mistake silence for failure. They assume that because nobody notices them, nothing is happening. But some of the greatest transformations happen underground, before a bamboo tree rises high above the earth. It spends years growing an invisible root system. For years, nothing appears to happen. Then suddenly, it grows at an incredible speed. People call it sudden growth. It wasn't sudden. It was prepared. Maybe that's your season right now. Maybe your roots are growing. Maybe life is strengthening your foundation before raising your platform. Don't rush the process. A building is only as strong as its foundation. The taller the building, the deeper the foundation must be. The greater your dream, the stronger your character must become. Stop comparing your timeline with someone else's. Comparison is a thief. It steals confidence. It steals gratitude. It steals peace. Remember, you don't know what someone sacrificed to get where they are. You only see the highlights, not the heartbreak, not the failures, not the sleepless nights. Stay focused on your own journey. Run your own race. Compete against yesterday's version of yourself. If you become 1% better every day, your future will look completely different. Greatness isn't created by giant leaps. It's built through thousands of ordinary moments repeated with extraordinary consistency. One workout, one chapter, one conversation, one decision, one promise kept. Over time, those small choices become a powerful life. So when people ask you the secret, tell them there isn't one. There is only consistency. There's only discipline. There's only showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Because the price of greatness isn't paid once. It's paid every single day, in every decision, in every habit, in every sacrifice. And one day, the world will see the results. But only you will know the price you pay to earn them. There is a battle taking place every single day. It isn't happening on a battlefield. It isn't happening in a boardroom. It isn't happening in front of an audience. It's happening inside your mind. And whether you realize it or not, that battle determines everything. Before you ever conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself. Because the greatest obstacle standing between you and greatness is rarely another person. It's the voice inside your own head. The voice that whispers, "You're not good enough. You're too late. Someone else can do it better. Maybe this dream isn't meant for you. Maybe you should quit before you fail." That voice has defeated more dreams than failure ever has. Not because it tells the truth, but because too many people believe it. Here's something you need to understand. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will eventually grow. Plant fear, and fear becomes your future. Plant doubt, and doubt controls your decisions. Plant discipline, and discipline transforms your life. Plant belief, and belief changes what becomes possible. Every day, you are feeding something. The question is, what are you feeding? Too many people spend hours feeding their fears. They replay every mistake, every embarrassment, every rejection, every criticism, again and again. Eventually, they become convinced they are the sum of their failures. But you are not your failures. You are the person who survived them. Think about every difficult season you've already overcome. Every challenge you thought would break you. Every moment when you believed you couldn't continue. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That means something. It means you are stronger than your memories want you to believe. Strength isn't the absence of pain. Strength is choosing to continue despite pain. There will always be moments when quitting seems reasonable, when your progress feels invisible, when your energy is gone, when your confidence disappears. Those are the moments that separate dreamers from achievers. Anyone can stay committed when life feels exciting. Champions remain committed when excitement is gone, because they understand a powerful truth. Motivation starts the journey. Discipline finishes it. There will be days when you wake up inspired. Those days are wonderful, but they don't define your future. The days that matter are the ones when you wake up exhausted and still decide to keep going. Because greatness isn't built on your best days. It's built on the days when everything inside you wants to stop, yet you refuse. Imagine an airplane taking off. The hardest part isn't flying. It's leaving the ground. The engines roar. The resistance is enormous. The climb is steep. But once the aircraft reaches cruising altitude, everything becomes smoother. Your dreams work the same way. The beginning is supposed to be difficult. You're building momentum. You're creating habits. You're becoming someone new. Don't mistake resistance for failure. Resistance often means you're moving in the right direction. The enemy of greatness isn't failure. It's comfort. Comfort tells you that average is enough. Comfort encourages you to settle. Comfort convinces you that tomorrow is a better day to begin. But tomorrow has stolen more dreams than yesterday ever could. Successful people understand something different. They don't wait until they feel ready. They begin before they're ready. Because confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from action. The first speech is uncomfortable. The first workout is painful. The first business idea is uncertain. The first investment is frightening. The first step always feels the hardest. But every expert was once a beginner. Every champion was once unknown. Every successful person once questioned themselves. The difference is they kept moving. There is no shortcut around self-doubt. You silence it through repetition. Every promise you keep to yourself builds trust. Every commitment you honor strengthens your character. Every difficult decision makes the next one easier. Little by little, you become the person you once admired. Another battle you must win is the battle against comparison. Comparison is dangerous because it makes you judge your beginning against someone else's middle. You see their success. You don't see their struggle. You see the applause. You don't see the sacrifices. You see the trophy. You don't see the years of preparation. Never allow someone else's chapter 20 to discourage your chapter 2. Your journey has its own timing. Your assignment is different. Your path is different. Your purpose is different. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. That is the only competition that truly matters. The mirror is your greatest rival, not social media, not your neighbors, not your coworkers. The person staring back at you every morning is a person you must defeat. Can you become wiser today? Can you become stronger today? Can you become more disciplined today? If the answer is yes, then you are already winning. Many people believe greatness is built through giant moments. It isn't. It's built through ordinary decisions repeated consistently. Choosing to read instead of scrolling. Choosing to train instead of making excuses. Choosing to save instead of wasting. Choosing to learn instead of complaining. Choose and forgive instead of carrying bitterness. These small victories may seem insignificant, but they shape extraordinary lives. Character is not built in public. It is built in private. Who you are when nobody is watching, that is who you truly are. The habits you practice in silence eventually become the success people admire in public. Never underestimate private discipline. 1 hour each day can change your future. One book can change your thinking. One conversation can change your direction. One decision can change your destiny. Everything begins with a choice. You don't have to become incredible overnight. You only have to refuse to stay where you are. Growth is not perfection. Growth is progress. Celebrate your progress. Even if it feels small, even if no one notices. Every mountain is climbed one step at a time. Every masterpiece begins with a single brushstroke. Every successful life begins with one courageous decision. Perhaps today is that decision for you. Perhaps today is the day you stop doubting yourself. Today is the day you stop waiting for permission. Perhaps today is the day you stop allowing fear to control your future. Because here's the truth. Nobody is coming to rescue your dreams. Nobody will work harder for your future than you. Nobody can believe in your vision more than you should. This is your responsibility. And that's not bad news. That's empowering. Because if your future is in your hands, then your past doesn't have to determine it. You can write a new story, starting today, one decision, one habit, one victory at a time. Remember this. Your greatest enemy is not failure. It is a belief that failure defines you. It doesn't. Failure is an event, not an identity. You failed. That doesn't make you a failure. You made a mistake. That doesn't make you a mistake. You lost today. That doesn't mean you'll lose tomorrow. As long as you keep standing back up, the story is still being written. The battle inside your mind will never completely disappear. But each day you choose courage over fear, faith over doubt, action over excuses. You become stronger. Eventually, the voice that once told you to quit becomes the voice reminding you, look how far you've come. And when that day arrives, you'll realize something remarkable. The battle wasn't there to destroy you. It was there to reveal the greatness that had been inside you all along. If you've made it this far, you've already discovered something that most people never do. Greatness is not a destination. It's a transformation. It's not something you find. It's someone you become. By now, you've learned that greatness has a price. It demands discipline. It requires sacrifice. It tests your patience. It challenges your character. It forces you to confront your fears. But now comes the most important question of all. What is the reward? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it power? Is it recognition? Those things can certainly come. But if those are the only reasons you're chasing greatness, you'll eventually discover they're not enough. Because money can be lost. Fame can disappear. Power can be taken away. Applause eventually fades. But there is one reward that no one can ever take from you. The person you become. That is the true reward of greatness. When you choose discipline over comfort, you become dependable. When you choose courage over fear, you become fearless. When you choose purpose over excuses, you become unstoppable. Long before success changes your life, the journey changes you. And that transformation is priceless. Think back to the person you were a year ago. Maybe you were less confident. Maybe you doubted yourself more. Maybe you gave up easily. Maybe you were afraid to take risks. Now look at yourself today. Every challenge you've survived, every lesson you've learned, every obstacle you've overcome has shaped you into someone stronger. That's what greatness does. It doesn't simply improve your circumstances. It improves your character. And character will carry you further than talent ever could. Talent may open the first door. Character keeps the doors open. The world is full of talented people who lack discipline, gifted people who lack integrity, brilliant people who lack perseverance. Talent may get attention, but character earns trust, and trust builds lasting success. Never forget that, because people may admire what you achieve, but they will remember how you made them feel. The greatest leaders in history were remembered not because they were perfect, but because they inspired others to become better. That is the highest level of greatness. Not lifting yourself, lifting others. Imagine climbing a mountain. When you finally reach the summit, you have two choices. You can stand there alone, admiring your accomplishment, or you can reach your hand back and help someone else climb. The second choice is where legacy begins. Real greatness multiplies itself. It creates more leaders, more dreamers, more believers. Your success should never end with you. It should become a bridge for someone else. One encouraging word can change a person's life. One act of kindness can restore someone's hope. One conversation can redirect someone's future. Never underestimate the power of your example. Someone is watching how you respond to adversity. Someone is learning from the way you handle failure. Someone is finding courage because they watch you refuse to quit. You may never know their name, but your life is speaking louder than your words. That's why greatness carries responsibility. The higher you rise, the more people are watching, not to see what you say, but to see what you do. Success without integrity is temporary. Success with character becomes influence, and influence is one of the greatest gifts a person can possess. Use it wisely. There will come a day when people forget your income. They'll forget your job title. They'll forget what kind of car you drove. They'll forget how many followers you had, but they'll never forget how you treated people. They'll remember your kindness, your courage, your generosity, your honesty, your resilience. That is legacy. Legacy is not what you leave behind. It's what you leave inside people. It's the hope you inspire, the confidence you build, the opportunities you create, the lives you change. Never chase success so aggressively that you forget your humanity. Win, but win with honor. Compete, but compete with integrity. Dream big, but remain humble, because the strongest trees are the ones whose roots remain deep. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less often. The greatest people never stop learning. The moment you believe you've arrived, growth stops. Stay curious. Stay teachable. Stay hungry. Every day offers another lesson, another opportunity, another chance to become better. Remember, greatness isn't about being better than everyone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. That journey never ends. There's always another level, another challenge, another opportunity to grow. Don't fear that. Embrace it, because the person who continues learning will continue leading. The person who continues serving will continue inspiring. The person who continues improving will continue succeeding. There will still be difficult days, even after success, even after recognition, even after achieving your biggest goals. Life doesn't stop testing you, but by then, you'll realize something incredible. The obstacles that once intimidated you now strengthen you. The fears that once controlled you now motivate you. The failures that once discouraged you now educate you, because you've changed. The mountain didn't become smaller. You became stronger. And isn't that what greatness is really about? Not removing obstacles, but becoming the kind of person who can overcome them. So as you leave this message today, I want you to remember 4 simple truths. First, your dream is worth fighting for, even if nobody else believes in it yet. Believe anyway. Second, the difficult season you're in right now will not last forever. Storms always pass. Keep moving. Third, every sacrifice you make today is building a future you'll one day be grateful for. Trust the process. And finally, never allow temporary pain to convince you to abandon a permanent purpose. You were created with gifts that nobody else possesses. There is a contribution only you can make. There are lives only you can impact. There is a story only you can write. Don't rob the world of that story because the journey became difficult. Keep writing. Keep building. Keep believing. Keep showing up, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Years from now, when you look back on your life, you won't be proud of the days you stayed comfortable. You'll be proud of the moments you chose courage over fear, faith over doubt, discipline over excuses, purpose over comfort. Those decisions will define your legacy. One day, people may look at your success and say, "You're lucky." Smile, because you'll know the truth. Luck didn't wake you before sunrise. Luck didn't keep working after everyone else had gone home. Luck didn't push through rejection. Luck didn't conquer fear. Luck didn't build your character. You did, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. And that is the price of greatness. So wherever you are, whatever you've been through, whatever challenge is standing in front of you, make this decision today. Refuse to quit. Refuse to settle. Refuse to let fear make your decisions. Stand up. Take the next step. Fight for your future. Become the person your younger self dreamed of becoming. Because greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. It belongs to those who are willing to pay the price. The question is no longer, can you become great? The question is, are you willing to become the person greatness requires? If your answer is yes, then your journey begins now. Go forward with courage. Go forward with purpose. Go forward with discipline. And never forget, the world doesn't need another person who gave up. It needs the person you're becoming. Now go and earn your greatness.